The Hawthorns home to the Championship leaders West Bromwich Albion, with tonight's mission for Carlos Corberán versus Middlesbrough to bounce back from the season's first league defeat, Saturday's dramatic 3-2 loss away to Sheffield Wednesday. Welcome then to the Hawthorns from me, tonight's match commentator Dan O'Hagan. It's tight at the top. Albion may only have dropped 5 points so far, but they're only topped by a single point and just 3 clear of 7th place. Lose tonight and 4 clubs, Sunderland, Leeds, Burnley and Blackburn, could all overtake the Baggies, as well as Watford and Sheffield United tomorrow. Middlesbrough starts the night in 8th and could move as high as 4th place if results tonight were to go Borough's way. Well, the Baggies head coach Carlos Corberán says we have to improve in the wake of the weekend's loss at Hillsborough, but they start here with a very good home record, 7 points from Albion's 3 games of the Hawthorns, and going back to last season, 5 successive clean sheets here. April the 13th, when an away side last scored here, namely Sunderland, in a 1-0 win. So West Brom start here on 16 points from 7 matches, 1 point clear at the top. Tonight, a big game in the Championship to underline West Bromwich Albion's promotion credentials. It is a damp autumnal night in the Black Country. West Brom against Middlesbrough, the Baggies, who have taken 7 points from their 3 home games here so far. They've scored just 2 goals on home turf though. Of their 12 goals, 10 have come away, and the fans have seen here just one of the division's top scorers, Josh Maja's 7 league goals so far. Maja going tonight for a career first. He has never scored in 4 successive league matches. At the weekend, Borough had a good routine home win over Stoke, 2-0 at the Riverside. And they have 11 points on the board from their 7 matches played so far in the Championship. It is Middlesbrough's 8th successive year at this level after their last relegation. For West Brom, their 4th season now in a row playing at second-tier level. But theirs was, until the weekend, a blistering start. Only 5 points dropped so far by the Baggies across match days 1 to 7 in the long haul that is the Championship season. Well, the teams you see there are in the tunnel and set to emerge into the Hawthorns. Jed Wallace and Luke Ayling, the 2 captains, both with vast experience in this division and beyond it. On the road, Borough this season, 1 win, 2 defeats from their 3 games on the road in the Championship. This was a 4-2 win for West Brom in August of last season, when Borough made an awful start to the last campaign. They didn't win until this matchday 8 in the previous season. And here come tonight's teams. To find solutions and understand where we can improve. Carlos Corberán's pragmatic response to West Brom's first serious setback. The first loss at Sheffield Wednesday. So will Middlesbrough feel a Baggies backlash? Or can Michael Carrick's Borough build on their own solid start? A far cry from where they were at this same stage of the season a year ago, when Borough sat bottom of the division. West Brom with 2 alterations from defeated Hillsborough. Alex Mowat is fit enough to start after a goal-scoring cameo from the bench on Saturday. He comes in for Usman Diakite, who had a difficult full Championship debut. Elsewhere, a first start since the playoffs for the club captain Jed Wallace. He comes in for the division's top assister Tom Fellows, who's rested. The top scorer in the league is not. 7-7 for Josh Maja, goals in 3 successive games for the Baggies number 9. Borough change one from their home win over Stoke. Rav van den Berg's return to full fitness sees Anthony Dijksteel drop out and Luke Ayling shift to right back. Emmanuel Lattelat hasn't scored since the opening day, and Finn Azaz is still without a goal, despite more shots than any other player in the division bar two. His next Baggies junior is his former club to be, where his goalless run ends. It goes back to April last season. Alex Mowat back in the Baggies midfield today to start, scored from the bench in that loss at Hillsborough at the weekend. He's a former Middlesbrough loan player 2 years ago, but now is back in favour big time with West Bromwich Albion. Well, can Albion transfer their away goal-scoring form to home turf? We shall see. Riley McGree makes only a second start since the first match day back from injury at the weekend in their win over Stoke at the Riverside, the Australian. Indeed, a new long-term deal before this season began to stay for 4 more years on Teesside. Referee tonight is David Webb for tonight's match. Assistants are Rob Smith and Mark Stevens, and Jacob Miles is the 4th official for this one at the Hawthorns on match day 8 of the Championship season. For now, West Brom lead the way, and Borough, with a good start to Michael Carrick, they start the night in 8th place in the division on 11 points, 5 behind West Brom, who are top with 16. Carlos Corberán's done such a good job here with West Brom. Playoffs last season, beaten by Southampton across 2 legs in the playoffs last term, but right now they are top of the pile in this division. All set for the off then at the Hawthorns. It is Borough who get this one underway for us then tonight. They lost this match last season 4-2 in the middle of an awful start. They didn't win till this match day last season, match day 8. Put on here by Hayden Hackney for them. And back here with goalkeeper Palmer for West Brom. Both teams had at the weekend mixed fortunes. Borough's win over Stoke on home turf, fairly routine. And West Brom's first league loss of the campaign at Sheffield Wednesday, 3-2 at Hillsborough on Saturday. This is George Edmondson for Hayden Hackney. He scored a rare goal at the weekend, only 6th of the club. And that win over Stoke on the books since under 10s level Hackney with Middlesbrough. Aidan Morris. And Hackney again for his goalkeeper, who is Seny Dieng. And Swiss-born Senegalese. Ayling. Ayling is a right back again tonight. He was in the middle at the weekend, but they welcome back today Rav van den Berg from injury. Across comes Shemi Ajayi here to clear for West Brom. They've kept clean sheets here now in 5 games back to last season. April the 13th, the last time an away team scored on West Brom's own patch. Just 8 goals scored by Borough so far, but they have the division's best XG data. Don't take their chances. And by Hackney here towards Lattelat. Ajayi clear for West Brom. This is the American Aidan Morris. Ayling. Hayden Hackney. Given away here, it's come to Madger for West Brom. Little slalom from the division's top scorer. And here to the feet of Swift. Didn't quite sit down there for West Brom. It's controlled by Carlin Grant. It's a was a game which brought goals last season, that 4-2 West Brom win. This Madja Grant into Moet. This is Torbjørn Eggen, who has given his first Norway senior call-up to the squad this week for the Nations League matches with Slovenia and Austria coming up. Saw Ben Doak there, who got his first ever league goal at the weekend, the winger on loan from Liverpool for the season. This is Neto Borges into McGree. So Neto Borges throws in here, who came in from relegated French club Clermont in August. He's been the preferred left-back ever since. Here he is. And he's got a free kick as well here against Alex Moet. Morris with the free kick. Ayling's pass. In here to pick out McGree for Middlesbrough. Aidan Morris. Given away here to the red-hot Josh Madja. He did score in 4 successive games in France in his time at Bordeaux, but never in 4 league games on the spin. One of those was a game in the French Cup, the Coupe de France. Hackney. Now the chase on here for Ben Doak. He takes on Hegem. Does well here, Ben Doak. Doak. Hayden Hackney clipped in. And his goal was a rare goal in the weekend's win over Stoke for Hayden Hackney. Doesn't score too often for Middlesbrough. But here you saw Ben Doak, his trickery and clear self-belief in the wake of his first league goal at the weekend of his young career. Already capped twice by Scotland. Debut last month against Poland for Ben Doak. Only 18 still, from a Celtic junior. He has played 10 games in Liverpool's first team across various competitions. Here with Alex Palmer, and in nearby Kidderminster. He's been number 1 here for the last couple of years. Now Shemia J for Kyle Bartley. And J again for West Bromwich Albion. And Bartley, both survivors from their last relegation from the Premier League in 2021. Chase on here for Swift. But Vandenberg alert to it. Came on as a sub in the weekend's game after a month out, Ralph Vandenberg. Moritz. Now back it goes to J. Darnell Furlong. And now to Jed Wallace. And the cross far too near to Seny Dieng. I should say the black armbands, by the way, both teams worn in respect of the West Brom fan, Mark Townsend, who sadly died during the weekend's game at Sheffield Wednesday. At the age of 57, there will be applause on that minute of the match to mark his passing. An issue here with the referee's assistant. It's Rob Smith on the near side, the man who requires some help here. Referee across very quickly to make sure his colleague was looked after. There will be a break, of course, here while the assistant gets the attention he requires. Before the weekend's game, West Brom just one blemish, a draw on their copybook before that first loss of the season at Hillsborough, 3-2 with a late winning goal for Wednesday on Saturday. Nonetheless, for Corberan, West Brom have made a wonderful start this season. If there's one negative, they maybe don't score enough goals here especially. Only 2 at the Hawthorns so far in their 3 league matches on home turf. West Brom's home games this season, 1-0 wins over both Plymouth and Swansea, a goalless draw here with Leeds United. As I say, the fans here have seen just one of Josh Madger's 7 league goals so far. Middlesbrough's issue has been scoring goals themselves, full stop. They, as I say, they have the league's highest XG data this season. But they've scored just 8 goals. They've had 28 more shots than any other team in the league. Almost 19 a game, but only under a quarter been on target. And they are, by some way, the division's most inaccurate shooters this season at Middlesbrough. They are very much a footballing team under Michael Carrick. They've got the league's 3rd highest possession data, the 3rd most touches of the ball in the division after Norwich and Leeds. And the most ball carries into the final third as well, but as I say, just can't turn those ball carries and chances and shots into goals. An XG of 13.3, but actual goals just 8 in 7 matches. Another stat too, they have more passes into the penalty area than any other team by 16 this season. And yet they've scored just 8 goals, so if they put that right, you could see Borough climb the table at a fair rate of knots. Waiting still for the referee's assistant to get attention. It's Rob Smith on the near side being looked after by the medical teams. And today for Michael Carrick is his 98th game in charge of Middlesbrough. He's won 48 so far. Last year saw them make a very difficult start to the season. As I say, they were bottom at this stage. Well, here on a stretcher, which is not good to see. But I'm sure getting great attention there from the medical team. The referee's assistant will be led away here, and we hope all will be well. And so there will be a change of referee's assistant. And the game will resume once we do have the replacement assistant. Well, for all of West Brom's start, they are just 1 point clear and only 3 points clear of 7th place. It just shows how tight this division is and how at the top it's already very, very congested. I think we'll now see the 4th official deployed as the assistant. That's going to be Jacob Miles here, who'll step in with the flag. So here a reshuffle of the officials. Of course, these days they have to make sure the headset's in and working, and communications are as they should be with the referee. This means there'll be a slight pause in play here before we can get underway again. Borough have lost their last 2 matches here at the Hawthorns, winless in 3 at the Hawthorns. They haven't won here for almost 5 years, December 2019, with goals from Daniel Ayala and Ashley Fletcher in a 2-0 win. Carlos Corberán spoke about West Brom's need to improve in the wake of that first defeat at the weekend at Hillsborough. Now nearing the stage where we can resume action. And two clubs with big fan bases, big expectations of course on getting back to the Premier League, where both will feel they should be. So here we now have the fourth official in service as the assistant. That's going to be, as I say, Jacob Miles, who will take up the flag now, replacing Rob Smith. So we shall now resume, I guess, with the bounce ball here. So back underway. This is Edmondson for Middlesbrough. Long towards Latte-Lat. Now the chase on for Wallace. Covered by Edmondson. And hammered away by Seny Dieng for Middlesbrough. Wallace. Here is Swift onto Carlin Grant, given away though here. Doak, who turns well here for Borough. Doak onto McGree. Borough team who do move the ball very well under Michael Carrick. Played by Ajay, falls here to McGree for Middlesbrough. Azaz, Hackney, on now to find Doak again. It's Ben Doak, and the cross blocked by Hegum. And Grant here should get the ball further clear for West Brom, so on that right-hand side so far. Ben Doak's been really bright and busy for Middlesbrough. You can see why he's held in such high regard at Liverpool. So Torbjörn Hegum on the throw here. Came in from Swedish football in the summer from Bromwich. There is Hegum again, with Alex Palmer in West Brom's goal. Two here is Darnell Furlong, who scored an own goal at the weekend in what was his 200th West Brom League appearance. Ajay, and now to Kyle Bartley. Ajay, Furlong. West Brom's turn to have possession and move the ball themselves. Maybe tend to be a bit more direct than Middlesbrough, but not by much. There's Furlong. Not quite so possession-centric as Carrick's Borough are West Brom. Nonetheless, a team who do play at a good tempo. Here they come again. It's Hegum. Hegum for Grant. Carlin Grant, Torbjörn Hegum, Alex Mowat, now John Swift, Jed Wallace, Furlong in here to Racic, Swift, and Wallace again, and then towards Furlong, but covered here by Aidan Norris from Middlesbrough. The team has yet really fashioned a chance. Here there is Uroš Racic. To Grant now for Swift again for Mowat. Alex Mowat. No foul given here, Latte-Lat. And Hackney boxed in by Mowat's aggression. Here comes Neto Borges. Good play towards Latte-Lat. Grant for West Brom has Swift to his left. Carlin Grant. It's by some measure the home team's best spell of the game so far. Deep in Borough's territory, Alex Mowat. Bartley. Swift into Racic. Now Hegum. Away by Vandenborg. Racic blocked. And West Brom now can build again with, on the ball here, Kyle Bartley. Just get the impression the home team have begun to click now in the last couple of minutes. No doubt they were rocked on their heels in the wake of that first loss of the season at the weekend at Sheffield Wednesday. There's Wallace into Racic for Shemia J. Alex Mowat, ex-Borough loan player 2 years ago. Hegum, now Carlin Grant. There's Josh Madger. Racic and West Brom, he will keep the hammer down. It's Racic again for the Baggies. Nicked away off his toes though, it's Azaz. Didn't quite find Emmanuel Lattelat. And West Brom can once again here look to fashion a chance. Swift. Now Racic. And the Nigerian Shemia J. Darnell Furlong. Deep cross. And forced away. Now the counter on here for Doak for Borough into Azaz. Azaz is one of the most creative players in the division, the number 20 for Middlesbrough. Now Hayden Hackney. McGree will chase this here with Lattelat, maybe offside here, the striker. Yes, he is. There's one goal this season, a penalty back on Matchday 1, the winner over Swansea in the season's opener at the Riverside. Here's Furlong again for West Brom. It's a tentative game so far, two teams just looking to maybe suss each other out in the game's first portion. Ajay. Now Bartley. John Swift, who hasn't scored this season, got 9 last season in the league. West Brom's number 10. Racic for Hegum. Bartley. His big switch here towards Darnell Furlong. Furlong's cross with pace. Up there by Edmondson initially. And Hackney clear for Middlesbrough. That's Lattelat. His header on here for Finn Azaz. Azaz, he comes here for Grant for West Brom. Can he make inroads? It's gone Borough's way. You see there the American midfielder Aidan Morris came in from the Columbus Crew of Major League Soccer in the summer. Here, Middlesbrough's very vocal travelling fans as well, always bring a good number when they travel. This is Neto Borges. Hackney. Vandenborg. Doak will tease and torment Hegum here. Ben Doak still looks for Azaz. Madger's lost that, but he's got the free kick for West Brom here, Josh Madger. Just one start, one goal in his first season here with injuries last season, Madger, but my goodness, this season's a bit different. 7 in 7, the division's top scorer so far, Josh Madger. Hackney. Ailing again. Now to Vandenberg for Borough. He joined a year ago from his hometown Zwolle in the Netherlands. Morris for Edmondson. Lattelat, way beyond Ajay. West Brom centre-backs, a very settled pair. Bartley and Ajayi have been there for a long time now. Ayling. Ayling's pass by Doak here. And Doak was caught there by Torbjørn Hegem. Well, Hegem is a big man for a left full-back. Can play in the middle, but playing as a left-back for now for West Brom. There as he comes down with a leg, it just maybe grazed the knee of Doak here when his studs came down from a great height. Hegem's made a big impression so far in his start to life at West Bromwich Albion. Aidan Morris. Vandenborg, away there by Racic. Now it comes from Madja. Madja, good work here, and Madja's pass just too heavy for Wallace through the middle. Wallace's last start was the playoff semi-final with Southampton back in May. Kept out really by the super form of young Tom Fellows, who's been given a rest tonight. Division's top assister with 5 goals made for his teammates this season, Fellows, but given the night off tonight from the start. Madja towards Carlin Grant. That's Hackney now for Borough. Azaz feeding Doak. Ben Doak, it's Finn Azaz. Finn Azaz turned away well over the bar by McGree. Well, here the chance for McGree for Middlesbrough, turned away by Palmer, then the rebound over the top from Riley McGree. It stays scoreless, that by some margin the game's best chance so far. Azaz, the ex-West Brom junior, 11 years on the books here. And then McGree could not, with the goal open at his mercy, take full advantage of it. Ajayi's pass a little loose. Well, the best chance so far for Michael Carrick's Borough. As I say, they've had real issues with goal scoring this season, not taking chances. That was for Azaz his 24th shot. None have gone in so far. Only 2 players have taken more shots in the division than Borough's Finn Azaz. Ajayi's header. And Furlong back here to Palmer's possession. Bartley. This is the Serb Uroš Racic for the Norwegian Hegem. Racic back to Ajayi. Now Jed Wallace. And Furlong's cross, blocked there by Edmondson behind. For West Brom's first corner of the game comes in the first half's 27th minute. Just signs game is beginning to maybe open up a fraction now. That's a McGree chance, and the Baggies with a corner to make things happen themselves. Just 2 home goals this season, I don't forget. Wins 1-0 over Swans in Plymouth at the Hawthorn so far. On the corner, Alex Mowat. In here by Mowat. Away by the fists of the goalkeeper, Dieng. Swift for the Baggies to retrieve the ball, but back to his goalkeeper Palmer here as the Baggies recycle. Chasing for Wallace, but far too long for him. And here Dieng chose to punch under no real pressure, was he? Not the most convincing work there from the Borough goalkeeper. in from Queen's Park Rangers 2 years ago. He scored a goal for QPR in a draw at Sunderland a couple of years ago in the Championship. Here is McGree. McGree for Finn Azaz. Azaz for Doak. Doak able to pick out the run there of Hayden Hackney through the middle for Middlesbrough. So no goals in this first half. Will be given the injury to the referee's assistant a fairly big number to put up at the end of the half in terms of stoppage time. Riley McGree. Now Neto Borges. McGree. Now Vandenborg. It's Edmondson. Ayling's space to work in. Ayling's cross. His latte lat! Terrific save, Alex Palmer. Well, latte lat, he's not scored since Matchday 1 back in August. Here he goes very, very close to a goal to break that run. And would have done bar for Alex Palmer's razor reflexes here in the Baggies goal. This is a super save from a really good header. Latte lat kept out. Alex Palmer says no. He won't come closer. In goes the cross. It came off Racic. Here's Mowat. And for Shemi Ajayi. The best chances so far have been Middlesbrough chances. Azaz, McGree and now Latte Lat. Alex Mowat. And it's Torbjørn Heggem for the Baggies. We near the game's half-hour mark. Shemi Ajayi. Kyle Bartley. Racic. For Swift. Jay again to find Darnell Furlong. Have to find service for Madger, West Brom, to really pose a menace, you feel. Here's Mowat. Here's Madger on the move. Back to Bartley. Heggem. Wallace. Shemi Ajayi. Albi yet to really work Dieng so far in the first half. Heggem and Wallace. And there to Madger. High from Bartley. It's well read by Neto Borges. Falls though towards Furlong here for West Brom. Furlong still. And Borges in the way of it. And Neto Borges spells in France and Portugal and Sweden in his European career so far. He's replaced Lucas Engel as the left back since August. So West Brom throw-in, taken here by Darnell Furlong. His 201st West Brom League appearance, the fullback. He's in the right place. In by Darnell Furlong. It's come a long way and grabbed there by Dieng on the bounce. Dieng's quick release to find Luke Ayling, but he's given the ball away. It's Carlin Grant Jed Wallace, John Swift. He took on the shot, which was rather underhit and balloons up and over and wide. Well, John Swift got those 9 league goals last season, but hasn't got one as yet in any competition this season. Ex-Reading midfielder who was one of West Brom's real creative and scoring hubs last season. Not so much this. Away by Dieng, then for Borough. By Racic. Vandenborg for Edmondson. Aidan Morris. McGree's layoff, and there was a late challenge here. Well, yellow card to Alex Mowat. I think the challenge here on Aidan Morris is what has incurred that particular sanction. And this was it. Mowat late on the American. It is Mowat's second yellow card of the league season so far. Michael Carrick nearing 100 games in charge of Borough. Almost a win rate of 1 in 2 at the moment in all competitions for him. Hackney. Borough again are missing today both Matt Clark and also Tommy Conway with minor knocks. Grant. There's Mowat. Racic goes in strongly. It's met by Edmondson here. Now Finn Azaz for Emmanuel Latte-Lat. Reverse pass to Neto Borges. Morris for Hackney. Luke Ayling. Vandenberg. Barkley's header. There's McGree. Back to Morris here, who moves the ball well now to Neto Borges. It's Luke Ayling, and his ball in is repelled at source. Another game where so far Borough will maybe rue their lack of a cutting edge, a lack of efficiency in front of goal. Certainly the team who've had the more numerous chances so far in this first half, but they still stand just 8 goals in the league this season to this point. A year ago, they sat bottom of the division. 7 games in. Dieng's long ball now to pick out Doku's offside here for Middlesbrough. Now Darnell Furlong. Jed Wallace, pressured by Edmondson. He played 10 times in Ipswich's promotion last season. George Edmondson did play 1 game as a sub in the Premier League for them this season against Manchester City for a very short cameo at the Etihad back in August. Here's Mowat. Uroš Racic. Racic for Furlong. In towards Madjer, but too near to Dieng. Dieng, a very stable and steady goalkeeper. Capped by Senegal on 7 occasions, though born in Zurich in Switzerland. Kept 10 clean sheets and 35 in this division, having moved from QPR last season. Here's Edmondson. Ayling for McGree. Now Doak. Aidan Morris. And Borough do thrive in possession. There with the likes of Leeds and Norwich's teams who like to caress the ball and retain possession, move teams around with it. Here comes Ayling. Ben Doak for Riley McGree. Well, McGree, Azaz, little give and go here. Finn Azaz again. Azaz dug out the shot, which is close again from Finn Azaz. Well, a player who right now just can't buy a goal for all his shots. Still can't find one that hits the net. One of the division's most prolific shooters. He's still, for the season, somehow goalless. This is Hegum. Back now to Alex Mowat. And then Ratchet almost dispossessed in his own half. Here, though, is Furlong. Now the deep-sitting Mowat, who has scored 3 goals this season. He's already passed his best for the club of 2 last season. Scored a brace in the recent win away to Portsmouth at Fratton Park, and 1 at Hillsborough at the weekend as well. Shemir J, now for Furlong. Just run away though from Darnell Furlong's possession. Borough's one away win this season has come at Cardiff. Oh, and here Dieng took a risk. Ball turns over here, Grant for Swift. And they want a handball here. This is Ayling. He'll break for Madger. And Carlin Grant here to twist and turn. It breaks for Josh Madger onto Wallace. And Dieng there to stand firm. And deny West Brom their best chance of the game so far in its 40th minute. Now Lat chasing. And Jai there to cover. Uroš Račić. And by some margin, the best we've seen from West Brom so far. That chance for Jed Wallace was fed here by Madger, and Wallace, what, 11 metres out, well denied by Seny Dieng. But this is West Brom's first and only real chance of the game so far. Dieng does well. Hackney. Oh, it's towards Neto Borges. Madger chose here to be selfless and played the pass, not go for goal himself. Only this through ball as well. Great vision to look to get Wallace in behind. This is Torbjørn Hegum for Račić. And Jed Wallace. Darnell Furlong for West Brom. Now the move onto Račić again, but will come Hayden Hackney now for Middlesbrough. That's Morris. Aidan Morris. Across now to find Riley McGree. Kept Australia 25 times for the Socceroos, McGree. Edmondson. Morris. Now Ayling on the ball for Middlesbrough. Ahead Doak, and Azaz as well goes back instead here to Morris. Morris looks for Doak's run. He is quicker than Hegum. In terms of physicality, there's only going to be one winner in that particular skirmish, Hegum and Ben Doak. Well, the header by Latte Lat. Yeah, and this is a great save by Palmer. Gets down so well, so quickly to push the ball away from Emmanuel Latte Lat, who must wonder when that next goal's going to come. Hegem. Kneeling here for Hackney again for Borough. Vandenberg. As I say, before this game, Borough had the division's highest XG data. And again today, they've been good at making chances, not so good at taking them again. That's been the tale of their season, really, so far. Edmondson in here to McGree, involving Neto Borges. Aidan Morris. Neto Borges. Vandenberg. Now Ayling. Will McGree find space? Knocked off his toes there by Mowat. This is Hegem. To find Wallace here now, the reverse to get Furlong in business. Racic. It's Alex Mowat. Now John Swift. Space to work in now for Torbjörn Hegem for West Brom. Swift. It's Carlin Grant. The cross way overhit. It's going to be kept alive though here by the captain, Jed Wallace. For Furlong. Wallace deflection, could be a risky one here and put away there for the corner. No messing there from defender Edmondson for Middlesbrough. Always in control here, George Edmondson. In now 8 additional minutes. It's Swift on the corner and back in there by Madja. So the long break for the referee's assistant means an 8 minutes additional time chunk to bolt on. Goalless first half of the Hawthorn so far. George Edmondson, Neto Borges, into Hayden Hackney here for Borough. Hackney fizzed across to Luke Ayling. Ayling, Azaz. Ayling always tenacious, always strong in the tackle, Luke Ayling. He's got a free kick as well here. Of course, a long time with Leeds in both this division and the one higher. Ayling. Who knows West Brom's Carlos Corberán from his time as Marcelo Bielsa's assistant at Leeds United. Now Edmondson. Hayden Hackney. Ben Doak. He'll take on Hegem here. Has support too from Azaz. Ayling's cross, a deep one here. Chased by the fullback Borges, well advanced in Neto Borges. Riley McGree for Middlesbrough. For Hayden Hackney. Neto Borges. There's Latte Lat, helped on here for Ben Doak. Doak. And there's Morris, and Doak again, all rather tight. Ayling's cross, too high for McGree. Now Madja under pressure. And back by Borough here, it's come to Edmondson. Now Luke Ayling. Ayling in here for Latte-Lat! And there was a flag anyway here, I think, for an offside, but again, Borough unable to make the most of a good situation. I think when the ball comes back in, it's Latte-Lat who's offside. It's a crucial win of the ball by Swift off the toes of the attacker, and then when the ball is sent back in for the second time, you'll see, I think that Latte-Lat was just beyond the last defender here. Ayling's cross, and Latte-Lat was flagged offside. Latte-Lat. I think if a boxing match, you'd say Borough on point so far. In terms of chances made at least. Here's Neto Borges for McGree. Neto Borges, now Finn Azaz for Emmanuel Latte-Lat for Borough. Latte-Lat behind Azaz. Here's Ayling. His giveaway now to Mowat. And now Madger can release Carlin Granty to push on for the Baggies against Vandenberg. Carlin Grant still. Grant on here to find Jed Wallace. But the shot is very, very poor from the captain. Well wide from Jed Wallace. He scored 6 goals last season, Jed Wallace. But here, unable to get his first of the new campaign. It was good work from, on the breakaway here, Carlin Grant. But Wallace, when it came his way, he had more time than he thought here to get a measured shot away. But maybe rather, when it came his way, snatched at it. And the chance was gone. Away here by Dieng for Middlesbrough. Goes Ajayi. Comes to Azaz. Now it's Ayling for Borough again. Azaz in scheming space. Into a corner here, Finn Azaz. As I say, he was on the books here for 11 years before moving on to Aston Villa initially 4 years ago. He made his mark on loan at Plymouth in this division last season before the move to Middlesbrough in the new year. Azaz on the corner. Away by Hegum. Taken down well by Doak. Back here now to Hayden Hackney. Now the counter swift for Josh Madger. Ahead, Wallace will chase this. Foot race with Hackney, which the Borough player wins and wins well. Back here now with Bartley. On to Alex Mowat. Swift. It's Mowat again now for Shemi Ajayi for West Brom. No space to work in for Furlong, maybe. He's pass blocked there by Neto Borges. Back to Ajayi again here for West Bromwich Albion. Ahead, Ratchis is on the run. Back here now to Ajayi again. Mowat. Kyle Bartley. A minute or so to half-time at the Hawthorns. It's Mowat again. Daniel Furlong. Alex Mowat. Into John Swift. Mowat. They've dropped in here towards Furlong's orbit. It's Furlong's cross into Wallace and put away for the corner by Vandenborg in the last minute of first half additional time at the Hawthorns. This cross really fizzed in by Furlong. It was missed by Wallace, but not by Vandenborg, who gets the ball clear. In by Jed Wallace. Well, half-time, and an even game so far as the half wore on. West Brom got better. I think the best chances there were in that first half, Middlesbrough chances. As with a couple, Lats are ahead, saved superbly well by Alex Palmer in the West Brom goal. For the home team, Jed Wallace denied well by Senny Dieng, their best chance of that first 45 minutes, but no goals as yet. The league leaders being held at the break here. Half-time score in the Black Country. It's West Bromwich Albion 0, Middlesbrough 0 after 45 minutes of the first half. Welcome back as the teams both out for the second half. No goals here between West Brom and Middlesbrough. League leaders before the night's games, West Brom, for now being held by Borough. Have had the best chances to Emmanuel Lat's header, which saw Alex Palmer in the Baggies goal make a terrific save. As I said in the first half, if this was a boxing match, you'd say so far it has been Middlesbrough on points. Not seen much of the division's 7-goal sharpshooter Josh Madger so far. Albi's 7 league goals so far, just once come here at the Hawthorns this season. It'll be West Brom to get the second half underway. I'm your match commentator Dan O'Hagan, and we are ready for the second half. Is Albion's Achilles heel to be a lack of goals on home turf. 3.5 games played here now at the Hawthorns, and still only 2 goals scored in their home games in this season's championship. Here is Torbjørn Heggem. The give and go here with Racic maybe. It's back to Mowat. So 1-0 wins over Swansea and Plymouth here, 0-0 with Leeds, and so far 0-0 as well with Middlesbrough. Here is Alex Mowat on the ball for West Bromwich Albion though. Into the feet of John Swift. Just forced away there by Aidan Morris's attentions. Swift again for West Brom. Into Carlan Grant. Back in favour this season, Grant. He was loaned out to Cardiff last season. Appeared his West Brom days were numbered a year ago, but here is Grant again. Oh, good work too by Grant. He got the cross in two there for Hegum. But now Borough transition. Away comes McGree. He's got Lat with him. And Azaz further over. Here's Hayden Hackney. Hackney. Lat. Nowhere beyond the formidable figure of Uroš Racic. Now Wallace has overrun it a touch. Lat for McGree. The coach has made a change of personnel from the first half, by the way. That's Aidan Morris. McGree. This is Rav van den Berg for Middlesbrough. It's Ayling. Now Doak can tease and trouble Hegum. It's Finn Azaz with a cross in towards McGree in the centre. That's Ayling. Kept alive here for Hegum. Mowat holds off the challenge of Azaz. It's Racic now through the gearbox to find John Swift. Swift has support too from Wallace. He's clipped the ball in here. The reverse out to Grant here in space for West Brom. And Grant off balance. Back now to Torbjørn Hegum. It's simple in the end for Seny Dieng. West Brom was so close to a point at the weekend at Hillsborough when in that game they got back to 2-2. Mowat's goal in 84 minutes appeared to have earned a point, but just 2 minutes later they were opened up again, and Wednesday won the game 3-2, the Baggies' first league loss of the season. Only 5 points before tonight dropped though across match days 1 to 7 in the division. 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat for West Brom before tonight's game with Borough. Van den Berg now to Doak. Well, Doak accelerates. Doak in here. There's Azaz and Hackney. And Hegum clear for West Brom. Good takedown there by Van den Berg. It's one back here for the benefit of Swift for Madger, just behind Wallace. It's Aidan Morris now for Middlesbrough. On to Neto Borges. Where's the game's first goal going to come from tonight? It is the only goalless game at half-time in the entire division. It's Ben Doak for Middlesbrough. But given away here, it's come to Grant. Oh, and Grant away from Ayling here with good strength. And now space to work in for Swift as well. Oh, but a foul given. There's no offside, I think, to the call here against John Swift, who maybe moved a fraction too soon for the assistant referee's liking. Mark Stevens on the far side. And there, yeah, Swift just about, maybe a few centimetres beyond the last man, Van den Berg. McGree. This is Hayden Hackney. As I say, on the books of Borough since he was an under-10. Hackney's pass now for Lat. And the flag up for offside. Before tonight's games, Middlesbrough, the most ball carries into the final third of any team in this season's division. So the most take-ons, two players who like to go out opposition, which Ayling does here. Ayling for Latte Lat, or it might break here from McGree. Latte Lat again. This is Neto Borges. Hayden Hackney. Hackney again. There's the penetration coming from here for Middlesbrough. Ball turns over, it's come now to Jed Wallace for West Brom. And support too from Swift here for Wallace again for the return, but it's overhit. Very tight game still. Header clear here by Hegem to find Swift now for West Bromwich Albion. They take 1-0 now for sure. That's Mowat. And Swift here looking for Grant, but in the way it was Aidan Morris. He's had a very good game again, Morris. He likes this division, the new arrival from Columbus Crew. Been very at home so far in his early weeks as a Middlesbrough player, the American, born in Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Here he is again, capped on 7 occasions by the US men's national team to this point. He came in as a sub in last month's defeat to arch rivals and neighbours Canada in Kansas City. Just lost out here. It comes to McGree. McGree now for Neto Borges. Ratchet with the block. Here with the Brazilian again. It's Morris for Hayden Hackney. Neto Borges, Azaz on towards McGree, but covered by Mowat. And West Brom should get this one away. Not too far clear though. It's come now to Finn Azaz, to Hayden Hackney now to involve it. Here Ayling, his cross towards Latte Lat. That will be offside here against Emmanuel Latte Lat in the middle, I think. Good call by the referee's assistant. Substitution for the coming off number 7, West Brom, he will make a change, and coming off is the club captain, Jed Wallace. And coming on, I think we're going to see here now as well the division's top assister thus far, Tom Fellows, who was given a rest from the start tonight. It is indeed Tom Fellows coming on, a player with the most assists in the league, 5 so far, and 6 goal-creating actions in the division. Another high of any player in this league this season. So Fellows on, and his mission simple, to be the one to open up this game in West Bromwich Albion's favour. Fellows now an England under-21 international as well. Bartley here for Shemi Ajayi. Mowat. Here comes Ajayi again now. Couldn't find Fellows. Furlong for Fellows. Benito Borges. Oh, it's Hackney for Middlesbrough. By Borges. He's going to have his hands full with Fellows for sure, the Borough left back. So no goals, but West Brom on the front foot now with Fellows on the field. They have a player who can be incisive and a difference maker. And his mission simple here, to go on to make things happen for West Brom tonight. On the throw here, It's Darnell Furlong. Drives the ball as best he can. Towards Racic, his flick on. Into Dieng's hands. On loan from Italian side Sassuolo, he was in the team which was relegated from Serie A last season, Uroš Racic. Scored once in a 6-1 loss at home to Napoli in March. Good work by Moatier to Carlin Brandt. Into Swift. Edmondson's block. There's Furlong here for Fellows. Fans expectant. In by Fellows. Now it comes out to Furlong for West Brom. They keep the hammer down here. Brandt's flick on. Racic. His shot blocked. Azaz comes away up to Lat. The Fellows' introduction has certainly given West Brom a real fillip, you feel, giving the game and the team a new energy. Racic. Shemi Ajayi. Here is Tom Fellows. Assisted 5 of West Brom's 12 league goals so far. No player in the league has more assists to his name than Fellows so far. This is Carlin Brandt. Brandt's cross, a good one, away by Edmondson. This is McGree. As the clock hits 57. Applause for the life of West Brom fan Mark Townsend, who died at age 57 at the weekend during their game at Hillsborough, and this is emotional and warm as West Brom's fans rise as one for one of their own. The West Brom song to the Lord is my shepherd. How appropriate, how apposite, and how well observed. Hackney under pressure. It's Hayden Hackney driving on here, pulled back by Racic. A card here for Uroš Racic. Here's his second caution of the campaign thus far, with Crvena Zvezda, Red Star Belgrade in his home country Serbia, as I say, on loan from Sassuolo of these days Serie B in Italy. Ayling. Azaz. Here's Azaz for Borough, who can push on. He's got with him Doak to his right. It's towards Lat, which was the wrong decision maybe. It does come Doak's way eventually. Now Aidan Morris. Doak and Ayling. Again, Borough shift the ball with precision, but no penetration. We're near the hour mark. Ayling's ball in here for Finn Azaz. Azaz, another shot, another block. This time it was Kyle Barkley who was standing firm for West Bromwich Albion. Well, the goals will come for Azaz, but not just yet. Barkley, a really good organiser in that defensive line for West Brom. 7th season here from Swansea. Azaz on the Borough corner. In it goes, and the header just past the post by a whisker. Azaz with the set piece. Ayling's header off cue, but now the chase on for Fellows. In behind here, it's Tom Fellows for West Brom. Fellows, Swift, there's Grant. Breaks back now for Mowat. Hegum, fans say shoot, doesn't oblige. It's back here to Alex Mowat, who might. Mowat, John Swift. Furlong, deflection, corner. Inside the game's last half an hour of the Hawthorns, waiting still for the first incision. Ayling wanted a corner, that last effort here from him. And he thought the ball maybe was pushed away by the goalkeeper in hindsight. I think he may have had a case. West Brom's corner, a high one towards Furlong. This is Torbjørn Hegum. They've kept Madger really quiet so far tonight, Middlesbrough. Barely seen the Division 7 goal top scorer. Ball dropped in here for Swift. And Swift got the cross in here for Barkley. And the flag's up here, ball was out. And just past the hour is where the coaches may want to make one or two changes. Fresh ideas, fresh legs, rethink, reset. And here Rakic will depart for West Bromwich Albion. And here's one of two changes here. The first one to come on here is Jason Malumbi, the Irish midfielder, and Swift too will depart, and Mikey Johnston coming on replacing him. So West Brom here, two changes. As I say, fresh legs to try to open things up here tonight. Malumbi and Johnston on for West Brom. Ayling. Malumbi, by the way, has been nursing a minor knock in recent weeks. There he is. Okay to come on today to get almost half an hour. Edmondson. And Neto Borges. Aidan Morris into the feet there of Hayden Hackney. Morris. Neto Borges, not a good pass, blocked off by Malumbi. It'll be a free kick for West Brom. Borough defeats on the road at both Derby and their neighbours Sunderland so far. That one away win at Cardiff. Did have a good win in the League Cup at Leeds in the first round, 3-0 with, in fairness, both teams with much changed teams. But they are the division's big enigmas this season, Middlesbrough. They, as I say, they have the best XG, the most shots of any team by a long way this season. But just 8 goals scored still. And again today they've been the team who've shown by far the more threat, the more menace, best chances, and again haven't made them count. If they can, then they will be a force. They are missing now, as I say, Tommy Conway in their front line. They do have Marcus Force back on the bench after a long time out today as well in reserve, an option they can turn to, the Finn from the subs bench. Force has been missing since March with injury. Here's Ben Doak, who took it well, really well. Ben Doak! Palmer's save, it stays scoreless. And Doak got his first ever league goal in his young career at the weekend, and once again he was a real menace, a real handful as he ran off the shoulder of Hegem. Alex Palmer spreads himself, and not for the first time tonight, excels in goal for West Bromwich Albion. Doak well kept out by the spreading Palmer. Azaz on the corner, good corner too! And Lat's header flashes past the post. The Borough chances keep on coming, but the scoreline does not budge. Still 0-0. Again, Borough's lack of efficiency in front of goal is obvious. Solve that and watch them soar. Murrett. And now to find Kyle Bartley. Will West Brom punish Borough's lack of finishing and cutting edge? Here's Malumbi pushing on, and Malumbi within a corner of Hackney here maybe. Yes, he will, for West Brom to play a quarter of the game. And Malumbi here has forced the corner for the Baggies. Well, granted, good combination play, and it was Johnston on to find Malumbi, and the outcome is a West Bromwich Albion corner. Mowat on the set piece. Comes out here to Tom Fellows for West Brom. And by Fellows, away by Azaz. This is McGree for Middlesbrough. And play call back here. Referee spots the free kick, a shirt pull. I think Borough have denied West Brom the crossing angles tonight. West Brom, a team who do rely on crosses, began this game with the fourth most into the box this season, but those wide areas, the fullbacks certainly, Neto Borges and Ayling, have really stopped West Brom's crosses coming in. Maja's been starved of service to this point. Barely seen Maja have so quiet a game this season as tonight's. Ajayi. Fellows who can cross a ball. Back to Malumbi. Which feels like one where one goal will settle it. It's Shemi Ajayi. Fellows. Maja chasing on, but that should be and is with Seni Dieng. West Brom 12 goals from an XG of 11.5 across match days 1-7 in the division. Here's Doak into Azaz. Hackney. This is Neto Borges. Hackney. Doak, who's been a presence, but offside here against Ben Doak. Before the weekend, his only goal had come in the EFL trophy for Liverpool's under-21s last season. A man with enormous potential, and Liverpool know it. Mowat. Now it's Kyle Bartley for Shemi Ajayi. Carlin Grant. Torbjörn Hegem. Time is racing by here. To play only 20 more minutes, and West Brom still to only land a glove on Middlesbrough. A night where the division's lead could well change hands with results elsewhere. Unless West Brom win, of course. Grant. Now Johnston. It's Johnston's cross here, too high though for Fellows. Well, Borough have kept Dieng's goal really well protected to this point. But West Brom's lack of goals is maybe a concern. They take on average at 6 shots a game, fewer than Middlesbrough do. Still just those 2 goals here at the Hawthorns all season. Here's Ayling. Ayling, Doak. Hagen strong, here now is Mowat. Grant can't get through Ayling's challenge. Hackney. Latte Lat there, away from Ajayi for a moment, but great cover there from Furlong, who just comes across, makes up so much space, and makes sure that Latte Lat was not in on the West Brom goal. Morris here now for McGree for Middlesbrough. Rav Vandenberg. Luke Ayling. Hayden Hackney. Hackney, crossing angle, delivers the cross away by Bartley initially. Further clear by Grant here for Madger. Mikey Johnston, able to get the better there of Aidan Morris, who's not missed a beat in the midfield for Middlesbrough tonight. Here's Ben Doak. Doak, dangerous, promising, threatening. On now to Neto Borges, goes back now to Edmondson. Still a goalless game at the Hawthorns. Luke Ayling. Riley McGree. Ayling, in there to Morris, Doak, great pass for McGree. Hackney shot, and Hayden Hackney 2 goals inside a week, and Borough do have the lead. Their play has deserved. Hayden Hackney steers the ball in brilliantly. And the league leaders West Brom are on the ropes at the Hawthorns tonight. The first goal an away team has scored here since April. That was Borough's neighbours Sunderland in a 1-0 victory here last season. And here Ben Doak, who scored at the weekend here, is ball into McGree. And Hackney just bends the ball really, or placed the ball beyond Alex Palmer, who's been in such great form tonight. Hackney scored at the weekend, scores again tonight. Before this week he'd scored only 5 goals for Borough. Now he's got 2 in the space of 4 days. Hayden Hackney, and West Brom behind to a brilliant goal from Middlesbrough's number 7. We'll see now what the Baggies are made of. Madger. Doak. Oh, and the stumble here. It's come to Hackney again, in turn now for Riley McGree, who made the goal. McGree for Hackney again. Edmondson. Hayden Hackney, Riley McGree. Furlong pressured there by Neto Borges. Well, no question that Borough have been the team who've made the more chances so far, the better chances, and with that you can't begrudge Hackney his goal or Middlesbrough their lead. It's a lovely, patient build-up here. Of course, Doak had a hand in it. McGree's layout for Hackney, whose first-time shot has beaten the hitherto unbeatable Parma. And West Brom fall behind to Hackney's goal to give Borough a well-earned advantage in the Black Country. So Emmanuel Lat is going to come off. Another blank drawn, but had his moments in the first half. Saw one header superbly saved by Parma, which deserved a goal. In this place taken here by Delano Burgzorg, who came in from German club Mainz 05 in the summer. He was loaned out to Huddersfield in this division last term. So Burgzorg is on, as Lat departs to make way for him. Burgzorg's one goal for the club came in the League Cup. The win away to Leeds in Middlesbrough. And Madger tonight has had no service at all. And West Brom will look to rotate their pack and look to make changes. It's Azaz. It'll be a double change. We're going to see both Callum Styles and Lewis Dobbin coming on. Dobbin, who's a winger on loan from neighbours Aston Villa. Callum Styles, the former Barnsley player, is a midfielder, international for Hungary. So Hegem makes way for Callum Styles. It'll be maybe a formation tweak as well here by Corberan. So Carlin Grant makes way for Lewis Dobbin. So West Brom rotate their pack again to try to find answers. This would be, don't forget, 2 defeats back-to-back. Having not lost any of their first 6, West Brom here in danger of 2 defeats in 4 days. This division, don't forget, is absolutely unforgiving, relentless. Bartley towards Fellows here, chasing it. It's come to Neto Borges for Borough. Morris. Hackney. This division really is the ultimate treadmill. Just never, ever gives up. The pace of the division is relentless. This is Doak. As Az arrives in support, here's Burgzorg. He's dummy on towards McGree, but West Brom survive, away by Furlong. Both teams play again this coming Saturday. Both have tough games. West Brom here will welcome Millwall, and Middlesbrough a trip to take on Watford before the teams break for the internationals. Cal Bartley. This is Styles. Only Callum Styles' second league appearance for the club. Came in on a free from Barnsley. Johnston. Chops inside of Doak. Back now to Bartley again for Alex Mowat. Near the game's last 10 minutes of the Hawthorns, West Brom a goal down. It's Dobbin. Johnston takes on Doak. Johnston. Josh Madger, all rather tight. Madger tenacious. And the ball back here with Seni Dieng. And the clock hits 80 minutes at the Hawthorns. For West Brom, time is running out. Burgzorg here for Azaz. Finazaz for McGree. Riley McGree took it on from the angle, which was always going to be a tall order. Well, Michael Carrick's team have got the lead, their play has warranted. Haven't won here for 5 years, don't forget. Last win December of 2019. Ajayi. Fellows. It's Alex Mowat. Johnston for Mowat again. Mowat's crossing for Maja. And there is Josh Maja's first real sight of the goal tonight. And for once this season, Maja in front of goal was found wanting. It's a devilish cross sent in by Alex Mowat. And Maja that close to a telling touch to level the game for West Bromwich Albion. Will they get a better chance than this to restore parity? Of all the players to fall to, it fell to the man they'd want most, Josh Maja. Well, Doak's been taken off here by Middlesbrough after another good shift, had a big hand in the goal as well tonight. Replaced by Isaiah Jones. Shrewsbury do have a very deep squad to bring on a player like Jones, replacing Doak. Here's Bartley. In this division, as I say, it's one which can catch you out at the least expected moment, and for West Brom to have gone through their first 6 games with 5 wins and a draw, it's now a case of successive defeats. If they lose this one, amazing how this division can just turn in the blink of an eye. Here's Malumbi. Fellows. In by Fellows. And there's Maja, wouldn't sit for Maja that time. And Borough will clear here with McGree, but Mowat tenacious, hungry to win the ball back for the Baggies. On to Fellows. The cross for Maja. Away by Ayling. There's Dobbin. It comes out to Malumbi. Tom Fellows. The cross for Maja. In towards Dobbin again. Azaz should clear and does for Middlesbrough. Borgsorg here chasing down. We're near the game's last 6 minutes of 90. Can West Brom find an answer to save this game in what time remains? Bartley. Now for Shemi Ajayi. Borough have stood very firm defensively tonight so far. Can they see this one across the line? Here is Mowat for Mikey Johnston. It's Johnston still here. Only a goal kick. And before the goal by Hackett tonight, the last goal scored here was by Pierre Ekwa in Sunderland's 1-0 win here on April the 13th. Jonathan Woodgate in conversation there with the head coach Michael Carrick. This will be a 49th win as Borough boss. And this is 98th game in charge in all competitions. This is Jason Shemi Ajayi. Callum Styles. Albi spots on this near side. Johnston here will look to trouble Jones. Johnston. And Styles' shot took a block. They're on its way through from Ayling. That'll be given West Brom's way, so to play at least 5 minutes. And the Baggies on the front foot here. Johnson's pass to Josh Madger! Only the side netting from Madger, but beginning to get into the game now in these closing minutes. The Division 7 goal top scorer. Great ball by Johnston here to play him in. The angle was maybe against him, but nonetheless took it on. Hasn't been Corberan's team's best night at all tonight. They've never really got any kind of rhythm in this match. Aidan Morris, one of Borough's very steady performers tonight. Back to Azaz. Now Hackney. Neto Borges. Every Borough player's put in a terrific shift for their team in this one so far. And the win is now getting closer. Here there is Jason Malumbi. Furlong into Fellows. Jason Malumbi now for Callum Styles. Callum Styles for Mikey Johnston. The cross is deep and way overhit there from a clearly frustrated Mikey Johnston. So Millwall here next is West Brom's next assignment. Then it will be a trip to Oxford, then away to Blackburn to round out October's matches. Borough, Watford away, and after the international break, home to Bristol City and home to Sheffield United, and their former manager, of course, in charge of the Blades. The chip forward here, the chase is on for Dobbin. Johnston has the giveaway here, straight to McGree now to find out Isaiah Jones for Borough. On the far side, Brooks is wanting the ball. It's come to McGree nearer to him. Now Jones. Ayling. In that game to finish the month against Chris Wilder's Blades. There is Hackney, whose goal for now is the winner here tonight. It's Borough's first win of the Hawthorns for 5 years. Here is Azaz. Finn Azaz. Neto Borges. Boxog! Waiting still for his first league goal in a Borough jersey is Delano Bourgsorg. Good work here by Azaz, then by Neto Borges to pick out the ball into Delano Bourgsorg. And the former Mainz striker could not find a clinical edge. A change here for Middlesbrough with a minute of normal time to play only. Again, they lead 1-0 through Hayden Hackney. McGree taken off. Here is Callum Styles. Ball turns over here. Now Ayling can push on and drive away. Luke Ayling. On for Hackney again. And he couldn't quite get the ball into Bourgsorg's feet. And they brought on George McCormick, who makes a league debut here, the number 37 for Borough tonight. He has played cup games, but this is first league action for Middlesbrough. former under-18s captain of the club, on their books from the under-9s upwards, McCormick. McCormick did start the League Cup round 2 defeat to Stoke when they went down at home 5-0 back in late August. Debut came in the win at Leeds in the competition 2 weeks earlier. It's his first league game for the club in the number 37 jersey. Here is Alex Mowat. Mowat, Kyle Bartley. Mowat's cross in for Madja. Crucial flick away. Here is a West Brom chance to build again. It's out now to find Fellows. Fellows and Dobbin, and Fellows again couldn't get the return pass, and we've had now over 1 of the 5 additional minutes. And the home fans feel there's an element of Middlesbrough maybe wasting time here. Be for Borough, very important and very impressive win too. They'd moved to only within 2 points of West Brom with it. They could join the top 5 here with a win if results go their way tonight. Bergsorg here, the chasing player. So West Brom have to save the game. Around 3 minutes of stoppage time only. Here is Kyle Bartley. Into Alex Mowat. Mowat. Now it's Mikey Johnston. Infield now for Malumbi. Out to Tom Fellows here. Can he make things happen when West Brom need him most? Fellows still. The cross in here towards Dobbin. And Dobbin's still there. The ball is loose. And hammered clear by Azaz. And Bergsorg he will chase with a J. Well, Dieng has stayed down here, the Borough goalkeeper, wants attention, which for now will have to come, being the goalkeeper. They can't play on with him on the ground. But the home fans feel here this is a ploy to break up West Brom's momentum. There is a collision there. He does get Madja's shoulder in his face. No malice at all, but that will certainly have hurt the goalkeeper. And it's not a case here of simulation. I think he's genuinely shaken up there by that collision with West Brom's Josh Madja. So can the Baggies save this? Or will they fall to a second defeat in the space of 4 days? So Hillsborough 3-2 on Saturday, and here on home turf, right now 1-0 to Borough, with a goal from Hayden Hackney. So West Brom still have scored only 2 goals now in almost 4 complete home games this season. And Hackney scored twice in a week here for Middlesbrough. And the weekend's win over Stoke at home, and here to make it 2-0. A man for whom goals do not come too often. No wonder he celebrates it with those travelling supporters. Well, Dieng's okay to carry on. It will, of course, mean added time upon added time. We're not done yet. As West Brom restart here. This is a pass on to Alex Mowat. Malumbi for Shemia Jai. Malumbi's cross. They're cleared by Isaiah Jones. West Brom throw, with time racing away from the Baggies. Here is Alex Mowat. Mowat. Mikey Johnston's pullback is a disappointing one. They can't clear though here. It comes to Dobbin. Dobbin in by Mowat. And spilled there by Dieng initially, but they had bodies there to get the ball away. when the goalkeeper fumbled. You are now beyond the show 5 minutes. Now in time because of the injury to Dieng in added time. Mowat crossing. Ailing away. Will West Brom get one more chance in the last seconds here? Alex Mowat. Mikey Johnson, now or never time for the Baggies. He's gone down, no foul given. Away comes Jones. And that's a free kick for Borough. And that might be West Brom done tonight. Yellow card, Isaiah Jones. Here is why Jones had his name taken. Only seconds can remain now. Away by Seny Dieng. There's Borgzorg. West Brom free kick. We play on still. This will be their last attack, surely, to try to save this one tonight. Shemi Ajayi. Jason Malumbi. Still we play on. Still West Brom play on. Shemi Ajayi, and the league leaders toppled here by Middlesbrough. Hayden Hackney's goal decisive for Borough. For West Brom, back-to-back losses inside a week, and for Hayden Hackney, 2 goals in a week. West Brom still here, just 2 goals on home turf in now 4 matches this season. And again here tonight, no cutting edge as Borough take the spoils in the Black Country. Again, Ben Doak caught the eye for Borough, but the match winner Hayden Hackney. Final score here, West Brom 0, Middlesbrough 1.